My weird school one. Miss Daisy is crazy. Written by Dan Gutman. Pictures by Jim Perrott. Chapter 7. Bonbons and Footballs. The next day, Miss Daisy brought in a box with ribbons on it and told us she had a surprise. "What's in the box?" we pleaded. "It's a secret. Please?" "Well, okay," she said, opening the box. "It's bonbons." Miss Daisy said she thought we might be able to use them for arithmetic problems so we could learn together. She put the bonbons on the table in the front of the room. There must have been 20 or 40 of them. Can somebody think up an arithmetic problem using bonbons? She asked. "Andrea? If you had 3 bonbons in a box," said Andrea as she put 3 bonbons into her pencil box. "And you had 3 boxes just like that. How many bonbons would you have altogether?" Miss Daisy looked at Andrea's pencil box for a long time, counting in her head and on her fingers. Any dummy would know that 3 boxes with 3 bonbons in each box would equal 9 bonbons. 3 times 3 is 9, but Miss Daisy didn't seem to know that. Finally, she just opened up Andrea's pencil box and popped the 3 bonbons into her mouth. "Who cares how many bonbons I would have?" she asked. "As long as I get to eat some of them." Miss Daisy really needs a lot of help with arithmetic. After she had eaten her bonbons, Miss Daisy passed out bonbons for all of us, and we had a bonbon party. Then she said that was enough arithmetic for the day and asked what we wanted to talk about for the rest of our math time. "Football!" I shouted. Miss Daisy didn't like that I talked without raising my hand first. Personally, I don't see what raising my hand has to do with talking. I don't talk with my hands, but she did let me talk. And I told her that football is just about my favorite thing in the world, and I know all about it. My dad takes me to every game of the Chargers, a professional football team. "Maybe you can help me," Miss Daisy said. "I always wondered how long is a football field?" 100 yards, I told her. "Anybody knows that." "Wow, that's a big field." "With a field that big, how can you and your father see what's going on?" My dad always tried to get us seats near the 50-yard line. I said, "They're the best tickets." "Why?" Miss Daisy asked. "Because the 50-yard line is right in the middle of the field." "Does that mean that half of 100 yards would be 50 yards?" she asked. "Yep." "I see," Miss Daisy said. "So if you know there are 100 yards on a football field, do you know how many pennies there are in a dollar, Andrea?" 100, hollered Andrea Young, "just like a football field." "Really?" said Miss Daisy. "So if half the football field is 50 yards, how many pennies are in half a dollar?" 50, Michael Robinson shouted, because 50 is half of 100, and 50 plus 50 makes 100. And half of 50 must be 25, because 2 quarters is 50 cents, added Emily. "And 4 quarters makes $1, Ryan exclaimed. "And 4 quarters makes a football game too," Miss Daisy shouted, jumping up and down with excitement. Wait a minute, I said. I thought you told us we were finished with arithmetic. This wasn't arithmetic, she told us. It was a football. Well, okay, I said, just as long as you weren't trying to sneak arithmetic into our conversation about football. Would I do that? Miss Daisy asked, and then she winked at me. Sometimes it's hard to tell if Miss Daisy is serious or not.